Well, good evening, everybody. This is John Unell, aka John I Fly, and it's Saturday, February the 27th. We're almost done February. I love it because you know what comes next? March, and that means spring. That's my favorite time of the year. Now, don't tell everybody, but it's also my birthday, but ah, March 16th. I don't want to have any more birthdays unless I start getting young, you know? Anyway, uh, what's up? What's happening tonight, people? I hope you have had a good weekend, enjoying it. Um, Pardon me if I rub my eyes once in a while. I'm dealing with, I'm taking drops from my eyes because I have glaucoma, and I have to keep the pressure down, but boy, I think this prescription the doctor gave me is I might be having an allergic reaction. My eyelids and the tissues around it are driving me nuts. They're itchy as all hell, so I might have to check in on that. So I'm trying not to rub them, but anyway. What is happening? Well, right off the bat, I got some breaking news for everybody. And let's see here. Trying to make some room. We got breaking news on the vaccine front. And it just came on CNN tonight that Johnson & Johnson vaccine was authorized by the FDA, finally. Now, this is going to be the first single-dose vaccine in the United States. And it checks nearly all the boxes, according to CNN. The last I saw, it said that there were no side effects, 100% good. So the efficacy rate, I think they have it at 75%. Now, if you hear noise in the background, you'll forgive me, but this is what happens when you live next to a state highway. We have these motorcyclists coming now that the weather's getting nice, and they have to show off and zoom right past the place on their motorcycles. I'm getting sick of it. But anyway, I was going to say maybe the Republicans. What do you think? Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, so that I wanted to mention that right off the bat. I'm still waiting to get my vaccine. Now, they had one this past Friday, and I tried to call the number to make an appointment. And I kid you not, people, I had my phone on hold for over an hour and 5 minutes. I thought, no, that was it. So we're going to try again. It just came in the mention in the paper tonight about it, so I'm going to try for number 2. Now, that'll probably be the Pfizer, I believe, and that takes 2 shots. I don't care. I just want to get this vaccine in me. And yes, I know we still have to wear a mask and social distancing, but I'm hoping we can get this herd immunity done as soon as possible so we can... I'd like to live a normal life while I have some years left ahead of me. How about it, people? Well, anyway, what's happening over the weekend? I'm basically going to concentrate on the Republican Party. Not going to make it real long, but as you probably know, Cpac is having their annual conservative convention. And of course the shit's flying down there. How they can cut down Joe Biden and elevate Donald Trump. Now I really did. I thought, well, we're not going to hear too much about Donald Trump anymore. Right. Well, it's quite the opposite, you know. I was hoping the media would, just stop covering the man, you know. He's no longer president. Leave him the hell alone. But Donald Trump's making sure that he's in the limelight. And I couldn't believe I was watching on TV, I guess it was yesterday, at the start of the convention. Can you believe that they actually made a statue of Donald Trump? with his golden hair, and oh my God. I don't even remember. I don't think I was eating because I probably would have puked. I mean, come on, people. The man lied to us constantly the 4 years that he was in office. He didn't do anything for the country. He made a chaos. I mean, lie after lie after lie. He kind of hooked up with dictators because he wants to be a dictator himself. But he kind of like rubbed shoulders with Kim Jong-un and the Russian leader, Vladimir Putin. Those are the types of people that Donald Trump likes. And you mean to tell me that people want to put him in again? Oh, yeah. I mean, I've heard, they interviewed several people outside the Cpac meeting, like, wow, what do you think? You know, would you vote for Trump again? Would you? Oh, absolutely. And that was another thing they asked Mitch McConnell on Fox News, if Trump gets nominated for the party, would you agree with that? Would you agree with, would you like the fact that if he'd be nominated, would you support him? That's what it was. Oh, you mean for the Republican Party? Absolutely. That's Mitch McConnell for you. But yet, after the impeachment trial, after Trump was acquitted, of course, then McConnell laid into him, oh, what he did, you know, it wasn't right, basically, and, you know, there's still a criminal aspect to it he's going to have to face. Well, I don't know what happened there, but boy, he's singing a different tune now, so what happened? Maybe Donnie called him up and said, look, if you want to keep your position in the Senate and you want to get the chance of being the Senate leader again, you're going to stop your nonsense and cut me down. I'm sure he gave him a big pep talk on the phone or something, because that's hard to believe that all of a sudden, well, it's not really hard to believe, but the way things are going, they're one way 1 minute, and then they change their mind. Why? What do they change their tune about? Did Donald Trump give them hell? Probably. Gave them pressure or something. You want to talk about wishy-washy? We've got the perfect example for that right now. He's wishy-washy. They say one thing 1 minute, and then they say something the next minute. They talk out of both sides of their ass as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, one thing that I saw that was mentioned today, CNN mentioned it, they say that Trump is weighing the creation of a Cpac. And that was Trump's spokesman Jason Miller confirmed that today, that Trump is considering. Now, get this. If this happens, which will probably happen, Jason Miller confirmed today that Trump is considering making a Cpac, which can raise unlimited amounts of money from virtually any source and face no spending limits. Can you imagine that shit? That's called cheating. That's called being low down as far as I'm concerned. Now, what would happen if the Democrats did that? Oh, you can't do that. That's not right. Oh, you know, we're going to do this and that. But, boy, when it's the Republican Party and when it's Trump, oh, yeah, we're going to do what we have to do. In other words, they're going to stoop to any level, and they're going to get money. They don't give a shit where it's from. Could be from criminals. More than likely, I'd be willing to bet there's a lot of criminals involved. Trump's criminal friends will contribute because they have money. Trump will not leave any stone unturned. And he's going to do what he can to win again. And if he can't win, because that's a whole other story right there. I mean, he's facing problems with the judicial system in the Southern District of New York. They did get his tax returns, by the way. They don't want the public to see it, but they came to an agreement, and they got his tax returns and all of his financial information. So, that should be interesting. I have a funny feeling that somebody's going to probably leak that information out. You know, they can't keep something totally airtight, secret forever. So I'd be interested. I hope they do, boy. I want to know. I want to know what his tax returns look like, and how much corruption he did, and how much he inflated the price of real estate and stuff. You don't make money like that. I don't even know if well, I'm sure he made money in his day and he probably blew it, but it's simply called lying. He lied and he didn't tell the truth in his business dealings, and that, hey, it's like screw the next guy as long as I make out. That's the attitude he has. So anyway, he wants to make this super PAC. Also, it says here, Trump made several changes to, he had two organizations. Now, I didn't write down what they were, but he had two organizations that he was, that had organized during the presidential campaign, and of course he lost. So now, says, let me see here. Says Trump made several changes to his two organizations in filings with the Federal Trade Commission into two political action committees. All right. Now get this, that can support other candidates for office. So what he's doing is he's positioning himself. So he's going to have these organizations support the candidates that he wants to get in. So that's the reason why he can sit there and whack people over the head. Like, hey, you either fall in line, or I'm not going to support your ass for political positions when the primary comes. And he's doing it. Okay? Nobody can stop him. I guess it's totally legal. I don't know. I'm not too happy about it. Let's see here. I notated down here, trouble brewing. You better believe there's trouble brewing. And he's already amassed millions of dollars in contributions since creating Save America. Yeah, he created that organization. I don't know what we're saving America from. So if you figure it out, would you please let me know? I think, if anything, we need to save America from that asshole that's down in Mar-a-Lago. Thank God that the elections worked and we got his ass out, but that's another whole story. Now there's several states the Republicans are trying to make it harder for people to vote. People, we've got to wake up. Well, that's a whole new thing. I'll talk about that at the end here. I'm almost done. But he's amassed millions of dollars in contributions already. Who the hell else would... Who would want to give their money to him? Well, we got his diehard base. And I'm not too impressed with some of his base, I'll tell you that much. They're the people that they interview on TV. They're not too bright. If Trump says snow is black, they'll believe him. Of course, with Trump, when he was in with his pollution laws and stuff, he wanted to strip things for the environment, we probably would have black snow. That's a whole nother subject. But he's amassing these millions of dollars, okay, and he's still pushing his fraudulent claims that he won the election. He didn't win, but he's got his base so wired up and so convinced. I mean, I watched the interviews on CNN, and they honestly believe it. Oh, he lost. or he won, and they're covering it up. He won the elections, yeah. So much so there's this, I guess it's a QAnon. They're saying that, oh, you watch, man, keep your eyes open. March 4th, this company's going to be inaugurated president. That would be interesting. I'd like to see how they do that. And they're also threatening to blow up the Capitol while Joe Biden's giving his State of the Union speech. I'm not sure how that's... I guess they'll have that. I don't even know if they're going to have it this year. Unless he does it in March. I don't know what's going on with that. They usually have that at the end of January. But anyway. I don't know if they can blow up the whole Capitol. That Capitol is pretty well guarded right now. So I'm pretty confident there's going to be no problems there. If there's any little scuffle, trust me, it's not going to last long. But anyway, tomorrow night, Sunday, the 28th, Donald Trump's going to close out the Cpac conference with a speech. It's going to be his first time since he left the White House in disgrace, I might add, disgrace. A twice impeached president who left the White House in disgrace is going to have the balls to make a speech in front of the public. And he's going to espouse his views that, oh, he won the election and somehow they screwed him out of it. So I may just watch it. I mean, it should be interesting to see the bullshit lies he's going to push. So I'm not sure what time it's going to come on. Just check your local stations. I'm sure C-SPAN will cover it. CNN will cover it. And MSNBC. So make sure you watch that. It's probably tomorrow evening or late afternoon. I don't know what time it's coming on. But it should be a shit show as far as I'm concerned. And anyway, that's about all I have. I'm just going to share some final thoughts here. You know, we really need to keep our eyes open, people. In all the years, you know, I'm going to be turning 65 March 16th. But in all these years, I have never seen anything like this. Never. I remember, and you know, I can honestly say maybe I might have voted 2 or 3 times where I crossed over from my party and voted Republican in. I can honestly say I will never do that again. I don't like what I'm seeing, people. We have to be alert. You know, the last election that we had, there was a big push. Get out the vote. Get out the vote. Stay informed. Get all the information you can. Be an informed voter. And what I'm seeing happening right now, Donald Trump and his extreme right dope asses are going to do their best to try to get back into office. We can't let that happen, people, because I guarantee you, if that happens, we are going to lose our democracy. I'm telling you, we have got to fight like never before, and keep abreast. You know, it starts locally. Keep an eye on what's happening locally. And vote the Democrats in. I don't have confidence in the Republican Party anymore. I really don't. But keep your ears open. Keep your eyes open. We have to fight, people. You know, it's like, I think Joe Biden, the president, said that we have to guard our fragile democracy. We don't realize, you know, well, growing up, I know for myself, you know, I was raised, you know, going to school, man, we're in a democracy, we're so proud of our country. And you think, You know, hey, we have a great military, strong military. We have nothing to worry about. Man, we take it for granted. We'll always have a free country. And what I'm seeing of late scares the hell out of me. We cannot let this happen, people. Now, I know we have some time left until 2022 and 2024, but it's going to be here before you know it. So I can't encourage people enough. Watch the news. I know it's not always the most positive thing that comes across in the news, but keep alert. If you have to watch C-SPAN, I like to watch C-SPAN a lot because there's no opinions there. They basically cover everything in Washington and around the country as it happens. But we have to be informed. If you're not registered to vote, register. Because the upcoming battles in the primary and the general election in 2024, we're going to have a hell of a fight on our hands. But we cannot get lax. We cannot sit back and like, oh, well, we have all this time. They'll come to their senses. No, they're not going to come to their senses. Vote, and vote for the Democrats. I don't mind saying that because the Republican Party of today is not the Republican Party it used to be. Years ago, you used to be able to compromise and discuss with people, and you know they listen and they respect you as a human being, and they were willing to compromise, and the Democrats are willing to compromise. Today, it's not like that. And with our democracy on the brink, we cannot let this go, people. Oh, I tell you, the days ahead are going to be something else. But stand up for freedom, stand up for democracy. If you have to call your senators, representatives, do so. Okay, people, thanks for taking the time to listen to me. Remember to like my videos, subscribe. On YouTube, I go as John I Fly, Johni, F as in Frank, L as in Love, Y. And that's in all small letters. Or on Facebook, I go by my real name, John Unell. That's Unell. I put most of my stuff on YouTube. I upload it, but my good friend Randy Kervin, he's nice enough to share it on Facebook. So just think about what I said. Make sure you watch the Cpac thing tomorrow. I know it's going to be tough watching that orange-haired asshole speak, but I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be listening to what the future of the Republican Party is when he opens his mouth. So take it seriously, people, because our very democracy depends on it. All right, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will talk to you sometime next week. Take care, and like I said, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And don't forget, leave some comments. I'd like to know what you have to say about my rants and my thoughts. Until next time, people, have a great night. Bye-bye.